Gather around, Island lovers. It's Demi and Jasmine with your Fire Pit Chat, your daily dose of all things Love Island. This episode is brought to you by Everybody Co. Everybody Co. is a female-owned bodysuit brand which focuses on fit, comfort, and quality. It was started to fix the uncomfortable problem many have with bodysuits that are too short and ride up while wearing or are a pain to get on and off while you go to the bathroom. Each size comes in a regular and a long body length for those with a larger bust or a longer torso. Comes in sizes XS through XL long. Snap crotch closer at the front of your bodysuit for your bathroom ease. The soft fabric is made of 95% cotton, 5% spandex, and thick enough that it's not see-through. Packaging and accessories are sustainable. Everybody Co. bodysuits are made for every body. Shop bodysuits and more at shopeverybodyco.com and use Fire Pit Chat for 10% off. And you know we love those bodysuits. They snatch you.
They really do. I know the white looks so good. I'm envious that you have the white.
Yeah, I love the white. I gotta get my hands on the black.
I feel like I wear more white. I should have picked white.
And I wear more black. Trade?
Darn. Okay, so episode 49 and 50, we are dealing with the aftermath of the couple polls.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the opinions of the Islanders. Okay, so here we start talking about the Ron and Lana suspicion because Ron is a game player. And then I think they're just kind of talking about it. Nothing really happened. And then Tom makes a comment that he says he can't picture Ron and Lana having sex.
Yeah, I laughed at that.
Holy shit, everyone's dying with them on Twitter.
But it's like, okay, so there's got to be something there because they were voted least like sexually compatible kind of
Chemistry.
In the ranking. And then the Islanders are always saying how they're never like loved up on one another. Like they're always kind of just like sat there talking to each other, but it's kind of like they're just like best mates or brother and sister. Like they're never super affectionate. And then later that night in bed, or was it the night before, where Ron and Lana were like,
it was that night.
Okay. So I guess that night in bed, they're like super affectionate because it was after the ranking challenge, like to kind of offset that. And everyone felt like it seemed fake, which is like so yucky and cringe.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Ew, like being extra loud on purpose, like giggling, like, and they never do that. It's just, that's sus.
Yeah. And then Ron says the comment that when he was sitting with Sammy and maybe Kai and Sanam, where he was like, when I was a viewer of Love Island, I would see the couples who had drama in the beginning and then cruise look like they're playing a game. Or he was saying that looked like the strongest couples. What did you get from that? Like,
okay, I personally, as soon as he said it, before he said anything, as soon as the words came out of his mouth, I was like, that was weird. Like, I said that out loud to myself. I said, that was weird. Because he's drawing a connection. Like, you're watching it as a viewer, and he's, like, deciphering strategies of it. Sketch.
True.
Like, as a guy, to be sitting there watching Love Island and being like, oh, yeah, usually the ones, and he's, like, noticing a pattern, noticing a strategy, and then thinking about it, sitting there and saying it out loud. Like, the fact that he even, like, admitted he was a watcher of the show, I thought was a little bit telling.
So
like, because we've been saying this since the beginning, that Ron has a big book of Love Island lingo, and he knows he looks bad if he does X, Y, and Z. Like, I think Ron is a little bit too familiar with Love Island, what the public thinks about the couples on Love Island.
That is crazy, the way you put that, like, with a guy watching Love Island. I totally get that. To me, I don't know. I didn't really think of it. I did think that was like, okay. And obviously, if that's something you thought, it's in the back of your mind. Like, I get it.
Totally.
And it kind of justifies everything we've ever said on this freaking podcast.
I think so. I think it's all for show.
Yeah.
And, like, Demi texted me, like, that she's, like, on Ron's side with this. And I couldn't be more put off by Ron's actions from this tonight's episode and Sunday's. Like, I wasn't falling for it for a second, and I think you should get your head checked. I'm worried about you.
Do you know what it is? I feel really bad when people gang up on people.
Yeah, that was hard to see. Like, I did feel bad for him in certain points. Like,
I just think
and
it was
he felt like everyone's hating on me, but it's like, but Ron, like,
to me, like, when people gang up on each other, it just triggers me. Like, I'm triggered by high school. I have shit going on. And I feel like that was a little too mean. Everyone, I hate the feeling everyone talking about you. And like, I sympathize so much with Ron.
Yeah.
Because everybody was talking shit. No one was mentioning it to Ron or Lana. It's like, literally, you're talking shit. Like, tell me. Tell me.
I respected Sammy because she sat there. She told him exactly what she thought. The situation.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
I know, because also he got into it with Rosie. So that's where I felt bad for him, because it was like one thing after another. And I was like, ooh, that sucks. Like, that does suck.
And they are two different situations where I truly believe. Okay, here's how it starts. So he says that comment. Sammy looks a little confused. Then obviously Sammy runs back to Tom and tells him, obviously. And then side conversation is Rosie and Casey are discussing how she's seeing little things that Casey's doing, which is everything that Claudia was saying.
Yep.
And she was like, I feel like you're not talking to me. And then I got clips of Claudia on the
After Sun.
Yeah. Yes. And she was saying how that's exactly how I felt. Like, I felt like I had to always go up for chats, and everyone's like, this kid is just on a lad's holiday, literally. And he's just enjoying the rotation of women that he gets. Literally, he's living the dream. He's not playing Love Island, so he's not playing a game.
No, Casey is giving like eating at a buffet situation. Like, he's just taking a little bite. He's going up for seconds here and there. Like,
he's the pool. He's literally on a cruise.
He's literally on a cruise. Oh my God, an all-you-can-eat cruise. Yeah.
And it's like where you meet people.
Totally.
They're on the opposite side of the boat. Right. Then you get off the boat and it's like you never even were on the boat.
100%. That's Casey. Casey thinks Love Island is like an actual island.
It's so true. And okay, so then Ron makes a comment saying it's weird. He does like spending time with, and it was hard. Here's the thing that I see with Ron. It's hard because Ron already is on the outs with Casey, Tom, and Will. So he already feels like a distance. So for him to say that, it's like, are you just saying it? Like, I'm trying to understand where Rosie's coming from, because to be honest, she like totally blew that out of proportion. She twisted his freaking words.
Okay. One, I watched that part twice. So I watched the whole episode in its entirety, and I went back to that conversation in particular, because I remember Ron saying that comment in front of Sammy, the separate comment about the couples being going through their problems at first, and I thought it was weird initially. I also think Sammy blew that a little bit out of proportion. The thing with Rosie, and the one little like tidbit I have to like focus in on, was Rosie and Casey squashed it, and she came over and sat with Lana and Ron and started the conversation by saying, no, like, we're good now. Like, she wasn't looking for advice. Like, she went over there to be like, I talked to him, like, we're good. He said, like, I'm always staring at you all the time. And then Ron, like, kind of gave her more reasons to worry when she wasn't worrying anymore. Okay. That's the one thing I'll say. Because she was like, well, he always says he stares at me. And like, Lana's like, good. Like, Ron could have been like, good. I'm glad you guys got it sorted. Yeah. Instead, he was like, well, he could stare at y'all he wants, but like, he never pulls you for chats. He's here for the boys.
I'm so
These
Ron,
things
though.
are true.
Exactly.
You know, they are true.
I'm so not a fake like person where I feel like if Rosie, I would have been like, I would have said it. I always do that. Like, sometimes you just literally don't need to say anything, and I get that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm sorry, the shit that Casey said back to Rosie was such bullshit. The poor girl, like, how do you not see that those were words that he said to Claudia? Like, it didn't matter who was in front of him. He was saying those exact words. This special bond, like, anybody could have walked through that door away from Claudia and he would have done the exact same thing.
100%. And also, like, the bar is on the floor with Casey. Like, he's like, but I look at you in the villa. I'm like, well, like, I look at my alarm clock in the morning. I don't have a special bond with it. Like, it was so bizarre. Like, the bar is just so low for Casey. He really can just wiggle his way out of anything. But
exactly.
So yeah, I get it. Ron was like telling her what time it is. Like, he was telling her the truth.
Yeah.
But then I think when Ron sat with Casey and Rosie and Lana, he should have been like, I was telling her, I don't think you're that into her. That's fine. Like, Ron just kind of like backtracked. And I get it. He's probably scared. You know?
Like I listen, I totally get the situations with Ron. I do think they were twisted. But what I don't like is that he did look sly trying to get out of the combo. So I understand that. Like, that's their whole point, was that he is a smooth talker. Sammy's like met boys like him back at home. Like, I know that type of guy, and that's the whole thing that everybody's saying, is that he is a smooth talker. He gets himself out of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I saw that when he was talking to Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you did say that. And he was like, yeah, but you need to go straighten out with everybody. Like, I get it, but
I also thought that was so weird he said that. He was like, you should go tell everyone your opinion and like get it straightened out for me. Hi, Ron. You did say those things though.
Yeah.
And Sammy just told them and they made their own assumptions. Like, and it's, what do you want Sammy to say? Like, I talked to him now, like, he isn't playing a game.
Yeah, and I do get to Sammy's defense. She was like, Tom was like, let's squash it after all of this. And she was like, okay, but like, I'm the one that got the wrath when everyone was talking shit, like literally all of them.
Yeah.
And no one says it to any of their faces, which I don't fuck with. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, just like Sammy said, be able to say it in front of them, which I truly believe in that. Like, that's how I literally live my life. And so I felt really bad because I feel like he was getting ganged up on. I felt for Lana because when your guy is getting like ran through the mud, like you feel that, and I felt that for Lana. I do think, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, is he playing the game anymore? This whole time I thought he was. And then I'm starting, like, I feel like he genuinely cares about Lana, but is the girlfriend move a play?
Yeah. Like, yeah. I'm telling you, like, I feel bad for Ron in the sense, like, he was, like, ganged up on. Okay. And I think it's easy for them to hate on Ron. Like, I don't think they would have, like brought these convos up and talked about it behind each other's back, like, if it wasn't Ron. Like, honestly, I think they're all getting stir crazy in there, and we're literally scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Every episode is painfully like drawn out at this point. Like,
it's really bad.
It's so, even these conversations with Ron, like, I was like, oh my god, this is the whole episode. That was the whole episode.
I'm trying to remember what days were like before this, like, and I'm like, I even tweeted like, is Love Island like always this catty?
No.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing that I'm missing is like I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing. Like, when I used to watch other ones, like, things wouldn't bother me this bad. Like, things are bothering me because they're so either clickiness or there's mean, or they're like talking shit. Like, they're just like, it's like mean things going on in that villa. It's not like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why this season feels so different.
I think, like, a lot of times on Love Island, we watch the boys. Almost always the boys as a group get along together. There's almost never a divide between boys. And usually we watch them during the days the boys are being funny. They're messing with each other. Like, they have their own little lingo. Oh, like, what'd you do in the barbershop last night? Like, they're talking about, like, who bunny hopped in bed, like, the night before. We're not getting any of that.
Right. We're not getting camaraderie with anyone.
And because the boys are divided and now everyone's in a couple, the girls are going to take their man's side. So there's just like divides, because the girls genuinely now, I think, are all good. It's like the boys are divided. So
I think Rosie's sketch, I gotta say, like, when Rosie, Casey, Ron, and Lana was like, come on, Rosie. Like, I truly think Rosie blew it out of proportion, got caught, and then backtracked.
Yeah, she definitely blew it up. Like, I don't even think she needed to run and tell anyone that convo. The fact that she could have just taken that. And
she's like, I think you need to talk to Casey first. And it's like, actually, no, because the conversation happened between Ron and Rosie. Right. So why would Ron need to talk to Casey? Because now we're just going through a freaking telephone line.
Right. Like, I think, I just don't think it needed to even be anything. But again, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. But the thing with Ron is that I just don't believe he's not playing a game. Like, he can like Lana. Like, I just don't think he actually, like, likes her more than any girl he's ever met. And this is, like, the first time he's ever had these feelings and she's his girlfriend. Like, I just don't believe that. I'm not getting that. I'm not seeing, like, a genuine, like, obsession. Yeah, you don't have to be obsessed with everybody you date, but I just think it's a little too convenient that he's literally playing up the exact role he says works out the best. Like, get all your trauma away in the beginning and then you just, like, coast, and those are always the best couples, which they are, because you see them genuinely come back together and like they genuinely like each other. I don't think Ron doesn't like Lana. I really don't think there's, like, anything to not like about Lana. She's a pretty girl. She's fun. Everyone likes her. She's a nice girl. Like, you can chat with her. Like, it would be hard for him to not like Lana. I just don't think he has, like, this is your first girlfriend.
Yeah.
She must be something so special to you. I don't get that. I think he likes her enough.
Yeah, I think he likes her because she is, like, the wife type. Like, and
Wifey.
it is, like, what he should be with.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I think Ron's one of those boys that's like, but I should like her. And he kind of, like, strings her along a little bit too long because he should like her.
Exactly.
But he really wants to be with, like, that psycho, like, bitch that's, like, grinding at the clubs, like,
So
wearing the
true.
cutout dresses. Like, he literally wants to be with Danielle.
Yeah.
And he's, like, forcing himself to be cookie cutter with Lana because it's, like, looks the best. Like, he is too aware of public perception. He's too aware of it.
I get
He's
that.
not, like, in his own head. I would
get
respect
that.
that more. Like, Tom, I respect that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
actually, you know what he was describing is actually more like Tom and Sammy. Like, you guys, you went through it. Like, Tom couldn't find it. He was in a bunch of couples. And now he's with Sammy. And he's, like, is obsessed with her. And, like, they're going to ride it out. And, like, everyone's going to like them. Like, that's more the genuine thing. Like, Ron, it just was too convenient. Like, I don't trust Ron. And I'm a little bit more jaded and guarded.
I usually am
think-
too. I just can't. He's so good.
Is he? I don't know. He's got
He-
you and user 78997.
Wrapped
around his
I
little
wanted to
finger.
tweet that first and be like, "Yo, I find him on your side." No, I literally was about to hold like an I Heart Ron sign up here, but
Okay, catch us in 6 months. If him and Lana are still together, I will eat my words. I have been wrong before.
okay.
I'm sure one time or another.
And then Sammy tells Lana about the game plan comment, and at this point, it was just another thing to top off Lana. Like it was like kind of it was a pick on Ron day.
It was bad timing. I think it could have been said the next day.
Yeah.
Like, while the girls were doing their debrief. It was a pick on Ron day. I just think everyone's reaching at this point. Like, it was just like, I was so over it.
There just is a divide though. It does feel awkward. Like
Mhm.
they're kind of mean. Like they really are. They're really talking shit about each other like a lot. And then they're
Mhm.
like forced to be with them. That's the thing that wasn't there these past seasons.
Right.
Is that I don't think these people get along in here.
No, I think it starts with the boys.
Yeah, like and I thought Shaq was warming up to Ron, but then he's so two-faced.
Yeah, Shaq is
He's
like,
so two-faced.
I'm getting such a bad taste in my mouth from Shaq, like, with the whole Tom thing. Like, he's just, like, seems like he's in there to, like, irritate everyone. I don't know. He's irritating me.
Yeah, and even with Tom, like he kind of says he's like almost like a people pleaser where he's telling everybody what it is, and I actually don't know.
Oh, Tom is?
Yeah, like
I couldn't agree more.
yeah, like I don't
Tom
know
is
his
giving
view.
people pleaser. Like, if someone talks to him, he agrees with them. I'm like, oh, he agrees with them, and then, like, he'll say the opposite to the opposite side. I'm like, it is so true with Tom. I got that as well.
Yeah, and basically it starts off tonight's episode with Ron talking to Sammy. I really didn't know how I felt. I didn't like the way Ron was rebuttaling, but I also feel like it's like, is he not finding the right words because he got caught and like his back is against the wall and that's why he's like, just go tell other people and that's why he's like worried and that's why he's falling apart? Or is it because he really does feel ganged up on, like, and everybody's kind of cornering him? So this is where I struggle.
Okay. Something else I just thought about, though, is, like, people are calling you a game player, right? But this is your girlfriend now. Who gives a fuck what these other people think? Like, he's so worried about perceptions all the time.
He's
Like,
worried about Lana's perception.
No, he's not. Because in that convo with Sammy, he's like, thank God Lana doesn't care about this. Like, Lana's good. Lana knows where I stand. And Lana never, like, faulted and asked him and was like, but are you playing a game? Like, she really didn't give him any reasons to make her think.
To the boys, he was like, he kept saying the Lana thing.
Yeah, but like, that was even before that. That was, like, with the ranking.
Oh,
Because it was public perception.
Oh,
And the game playing thing with Sammy's comment or whatever, or like Sammy telling everyone, he was saying, like, I know Lana doesn't see me like that. Like, thank God she's a good girl and she's not mad about that. But then he still proceeded to be like, can you go tell everyone else that I'm not doing that? Like, why do you care what they think? Like, this is your girlfriend now. Like, honestly, if you're not playing a game and someone says that, you could be like, bro, I made her my girlfriend, and you could have laughed it off. Like, he is so worked up about perception, and that is a hill I'm willing to die on.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really don't know. I just really feel like they don't like him. I think he's sly. Honestly, I need to like remember how I felt, like, because they are tricking me right now.
Yeah.
I will always root for the underdog. So whoever is in that position, I'm like, I'll feel bad for them because I truly think that's like the worst position to be in.
Yeah, no, that's admirable. Like, I love that for you. But for me, I'm just like, Ron. But I think it's good. Like, there's got to be two sides to every, like, we got to have different views sometimes, you know? So it's good. Someone listening to this is going to totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And someone else is going to totally agree with me. And only one of them will be right.
And in 6 months, we'll find
see.
out.
I don't know now. I'm like so scared because like, what if this all comes back and
I just really can't see them working out on the outside. Like, I really can't. So
I mean, that's hard even if they do genuinely like each other. Like, they are just plucking these people out from like different areas. Like, who knows where they live?
Yeah, like poor Lana's just gonna get her heart broken. Like, the boyfriend and girlfriend is just not genuine. Like, you're missing, even in the talent show, which was all tonight. Like, you're missing the joy that they have for each other. Like, they don't love each other in there. They don't like each other in there. That's the thing that's driving us. That's what's making us not like you. Because even when India was playing the recorder, like, that was so funny. Like, I was in tears, and I would have done the same for Casey if I felt like everybody, if it wasn't played out.
Yeah.
2,
they played the whole song.
Right, but I just feel like it was a play. Like, you knew the angle to take. Like, now I'm just like, can I trust anything going on in there?
I know. I don't know. I think that at this point in the season, because it's so much filler stuff, there's just not that much drama. Like, everyone's in their couples. They're just riding it out to finale, which is
but
next
I just don't
Monday.
even feel like it's settled in their couples. Like, I actually don't feel that way the way I felt last time. Like,
they're settled in the chance where there's just like not an opportunity for them to get into a different one. But they would if they could, you know?
Yeah, like, I just feel like, yeah, exactly. Like, they're all like in the wrong couple. Not all of them, but like, they're just like not, I don't know. I feel like they did a poor job casting this year. And I honestly feel like there should be a sign that says like, or like a checkbox, have you ever watched Love Island? And you should only let people who like haven't watched Love Island.
I couldn't agree more, because now I think it's like really off-putting when they're worried about perception and they know how it plays out to the public to see certain things.
Exactly.
Because it just ruins Love Island. Like,
yeah,
it really does. We just need people who are like, ignorance is bliss. Like, we need people who go in there and they get messy and then they forgive, and it's like they're not so skewed by, like, in Love Island when something happens and it's a big deal, like Jessie and the Will and Casa Amor thing. Like, Jessie getting so worked up on it, she's like so separated from reality because she's already been in the Love Island thing. Like, we need people that are still somewhat in reality. They're not so worried about what the viewers at home are thinking until they get to the Twitter challenge. Like, for everyone's mental health, we need that.
Oh my God, exactly. Like, and just like, are the parents coming soon? Because like, why are Casey and Rosie's parents? Like, I don't have any connection to them. I want them gone, to be honest. Like, I am sorry. Like, I love Casey, but I'm just kind of over him. Like, I kind of feel like I don't like him in there.
Casey's giving Weasel vibes lately.
He's giving like the thing that's causing the divide.
Yeah, Casey's like a little shit stirrer for sure.
Yeah, he is.
Even with the Tom thing, like poking Tom, like Casey was like, yeah, let's poke him. I'm like, that's your best friend in there though. Like,
yeah.
And I get it, boys like give each other shit, but I don't know. It just was.
I kind of want Casey and Rosie gone. I really don't like Rosie.
I think they should go next.
Yeah, of course.
And then they can bring home the families and stuff. Like, they should go, and then the rest of them can stay and do that little cute stuff.
Well, we have at the end of this episode, we had a public vote of their favorite couples. So Rosie and Casey are probably not going to be there.
I'd highly doubt anyone's voting for them.
They need to be gone. I don't care to see Rosie's parents or Casey's parents. I kind of want to get to like the next core group. Like, I want to weed out this weak link, and then I want to know who's in, like, I want to get to like, okay, who's in the final 4, because right now, like, we're seeing top contenders, but we don't really know yet because the blame is easily falling to Casey and Rosie.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we need to just get them out ASAP, because okay, we have 7 more days. Like, it ends next Monday. So we have 5 more episodes left.
Yeah. Which the parents should be soon. Because then they do the boyfriends. I think families come when there's 5 couples left.
Yeah, right? Because it's not the final 4 just yet.
No.
And then, so they're going to do that. Then, so they're going to vote someone out. Then they're going to do the families. And how many episodes usually are there when it's the final 4?
Like 2?
2?
3?
Okay.
2.
So,
yeah, like we're getting close. Like maybe Casey and Rosie are dumped tomorrow.
yeah, if not.
Then the parents come like Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because then you only have Friday, Sunday, Monday.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting to the point in the season where I'm literally scraping.
Yeah, it's wild. Like even the talent show,
Cringe.
yeah, like the singing was cringe on both parts of Rosie and Jesse and Tom.
Cringe, 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 cringe.
Ron and the
cringe,
cube
cringe.
was really funny.
In
the Rubik's Cube.
I thought it was funny because like I really was thinking like, oh my god, look at his fingers go, and then Shaq was like, look at his fingers. Like
it was impressive.
It was impressive. Also I thought Will was just being so extra when he had the grapes, but it made me laugh. It did.
I know, like Will was the perfect guy for that because then if it wasn't Will, like we'd all be like, what the fuck is going
crickets.
on? Yeah,
it just like the talent show went on for way too long. It was so hard to watch,
and only Sammy could do like tap dancing and like not get the ick from everyone.
Totally, and like make it look cute and sexy.
Only her.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know. So that talent show wasn't like as fun to me. Like I didn't enjoy it. I'm just like not enjoying it because they're not enjoying themselves. Like they hate each other and it's so catty. I don't know. I'm not. Let's weed out Casey and I feel like that might actually help rebalance the villa. Like you get Casey out of there because even Will's kind of like so sided.
Yeah, they need to break up that divide a little bit.
They do.
And just make it more like an even playing field for all the guys. It's time to wrap the season up. I think we're done. Like let's just we can end it on Friday if you don't have to push it to Monday. Like I just think they're like stretching everything out now. Like every episode now is about really like 2 conversations, and it's just like
totally
we're really stretching this out. You know what I mean?
It's really painful for us.
Like before you would watch Love Island, you'd be like, I can't believe that happened. That was only last week. Sorry. And now it's like
it's been a weird season. Yeah, and then this is our last week, and then literally next Monday, dude.
Crazy.
Okay, so then we'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 51, where hopefully Casey and Rosie go home. That's my prediction for tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. Never thought I'd say that.
Oh my god.
About good old Casey boy.
Me either. But his time.
Yeah. It's his time.
It's his time.
We've seen what we needed to see.
Immediately no. Me neither. Immediately no. Well, I was going to say the die a hero thing because he kind of didn't.
Yeah, like he redeemed himself?
No, like he's the villain and like
yeah.
But not in like a hot, sexy villain. Like I'm kind of just I'm good.
Yeah. No, it's like we're starting to become indifferent. That's dangerous playing field for him. Ouch.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening to Fire Pit Chat, your daily dose of all things Love Island. I'm your host, Demi, and this is Jasmine, and we appreciate you listening. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. So leave us a 5-star review and share with your fellow island lover, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.